What could be the single most important reason that people get stuck in their career or they struggle in their career? Well, that single most important parameter or factor could be self-image congruence. Today, I'm going to explain a very interesting concept of self-image congruence and how it works and what role does it play in shaping our success or failure. And this is also a fundamental principle behind the law of attraction. We are going to understand this concept of self-image congruence with the help of a simple 5-step process. At step number 1, let's understand what is self-image and how it is formed. Well, the self-image is simply our own perception about ourselves, or it is a mental picture about ourselves held in our mind, both the conscious and the subconscious mind. So it includes the perceptions about our own capabilities, about our own physical appearance, attitude, behavior, everything that we do. And it is interesting to know that people keep forming their self-image, or we keep forming our self-image without even being aware of it. But every time, whatever we do, we are doing nothing but just forming our self-image. So that brings us to the step number 2. What happens the next? Once the self-image is formed in our conscious and the subconscious mind, that self-image almost works like a software program, and it takes control over the entire decision making, whatever we do in our life. It impacts the choices that we make, the products that we select, the relations that we select, or even the roles and the responsibilities, the career that we select. Everything is impacted, silently controlled by the self-image that is created in the mind. And just to get a sense of it, it almost works like a film director. A film director who has not yet produced the movie has a very clear picture about the roles to be played, about the characters to be played in the movie. And based on those fictional characters, the director goes on screening the real world actors and actresses. Exactly like that, whatever we want to attract in our life is controlled silently by the software called as a self-image. And whatever is in congruence with the self-image, only those things are permitted, allowed in our life. Well, that brings us to the 3rd step. So what should we do? How can we change our self-image? How can we change the reality that we are in? Well, if we are not happy about our current reality, the current status, the current progress, whatever we do in our life, to change that, first we have to change the self-image. That's the fundamental thing that we need to do. Without changing the self-image, without changing that silent software that is working, we cannot change whatever that is getting into our life. So what should we do to change that self-image, to change that software that is installed in our conscious and the subconscious mind? To change the reality, we have to change the self-image or the software, governing software. And to change the self-image, we need to consciously change our behaviors. Unless and until we demonstrate to ourselves perceptible, visible changes in our behavior, in our attitude, in our habits, we won't be able to make those changes in our software or in our self-image. It is very difficult to make the changes in the self-image or the software just by thinking about it, just by wishing about it. We have to demonstrate by measurable, perceptible, visible changes in our own behavior, in our own attitude, in our own conduct. And that's that deliberate change needed. That is what Marshall Goldsmith calls as, what got you here won't get you there. Unless and until we do those perceptible changes as highlighted by Marshall Goldsmith, we won't be able to go to the next level or the next step. Well, that brings us to the next level or the next step, which is what is the role of uh, the conscious programming of mindset? Well, the conscious programming of mindsets, it helps us in identifying the winning behavior, the winning attitude, and the winning habits required to demonstrate these perceptible changes in our life. So what is the takeaway from this discussion? Well, the takeaway is that we have understood that everything that happens in our life is governed by the self-image. Whatever is in congruence with our self-image, we will be able to attract those things in our life. And if we are not happy with our current reality, with current status, we need to change the self-image. And for changing the self-image, we need to change our behaviors. And to change our behaviors, we need to learn which are those appropriate winning behaviors, which is possible only with the conscious programming of mindset. And well, the real transformation starts only when we start believing that I no longer associate myself with my current image, or the current self-image, or a current self-image. Unless and until I change my self-image, I won't be able to make the perceptible changes in my behavior. Hello, my name is Rajendra. I am a business performance enthusiast with over 25 years of corporate experience across the industries and across the globe to drive profitable business growth and market expansion. I enjoy working with individuals and organizations to build stronger performance ownership culture and more dependable results. My methodology is self-propelled superior performance, provides a structured orientation to performance ownership behavior, and it helps immensely in developing a perspective that performance ownership mindset unlocks our potential to gain control over the obstacles, and it energizes us to intensify our efforts to achieve our goals. If you are interested to know how performance ownership can be developed deliberately, not left to chance, stay connected to my channel, Program to Perform. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best.